we're going to learn how to play lesson 10, number 5, the little overture. We're going to concentrate on playing this in different styles or speeds of the song. So the very first section in number 5 is called maestoso, and that means that we're going to be playing stately or confidently. It also says F underneath, which means forte or loud, so we're also going to play it loud, which means you're going to make your sticks have bigger movements, because the bigger the movements, the louder the sound. The next section is called Andante, and that means slower, and it also says P for piano, which means we're going to be playing soft. You're going to move your sticks very small motions, so that way you get a softer sound. And then the last section is called Allegro, and that means a medium fast. So we're going to play it faster, and it's also forte again, so we're going to play it loud and strong. If you notice the very first section, we're counting to 4. It has a C, which means common time. That's 4/4 time. Every measure is going to count to 4 beats. In the second section, the Andante slower section, it's in 3, which means it says 3/4, which means we're only counting to 3 in every measure. And then the Allegro, the faster section at the end, is 2/4, which means we're counting to 2 in every single measure. We're going to concentrate on hearing the different styles and speeds, the louds and softs, in each part of the song. We're going to start with learning how to play the snare drum part. And then we're going to play it with a duet and the bass drum, with the bass drum part together as a duet. Then we're going to go back and learn the bass drum part, and you're going to play the bass drum part while I play the snare drum part with you, again, as a duet. Here we go. So now looking at number 5, the first part of the song, it says that it's maestoso, stately, which means we're going to play this with a lot more confidence, and the notes are going to be stronger. It is forte, loud. Let's walk through the song. First, we are going to play the snare drum part. We're going to play the snare drum part, which are the notes going up on top. Here we go. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Take a look at this next measure. You have a dotted quarter note. We learned this a few lessons ago. A dotted quarter note is 1.5 beats, so you're going to count it like so. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So the 2 is silent, and the 8th note right after is the and. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. We're going to keep going to the next measure. We're on the 3rd measure. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Rest on 4. We're now on the next line. This is the second line of number 5. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, rest, and 3, 4. Rest on 1, 2, rest on 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Let's try playing that. Number 5, the top snare drum part. Remember, we're playing it with confidence. We're playing it stately. And we're also going to play it loud, forte. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Rest on 4. Next line. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Rest on 1, 2. Rest on 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Now, take a look at the second section. It says Andante, so that means we're medium slow. So we're going to play this slower. And if you notice, it also says P. So we're also going to play it softer. P means soft. So we're not going to, so when you move your sticks, you're going to make sure you move them small, because the smaller you move your sticks, the softer the sound that you can get. So let's walk through this song. In the middle of the line and at the end of the line, you have a multi-measure rest. Remember, if we're counting, if the beginning of the line says in a time signature that we're in 3/4, that means that you're counting to 3 for every square. So when we have our multi-measure rest and it says you have to count it 4 times, you're going to count to 3 4 times. So we're going to play through this a little slower, starting from the beginning. We have rest on 1, 2, 3. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Rest on 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to count out the measures rest. 1, 2, 3. Measure 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. Now we keep going. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Remember that symbol means that we play again. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Now we go on. Rest on 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 3, we count to 3 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Let's try playing this. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, ready and go before we start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, nice and soft, ready and go. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Go on. Rest on 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Now count. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Now go on. Rest on 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Now count. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Great job. Remember, you need to maintain a soft, slow tempo throughout the entire line of that song. Our next section, it says Allegro, which means that it's medium fast. It's a little faster, and it's also forte. So we're going to play it a little louder. This part of the song also is 2 lines long and has an alternate ending, which means you're going to play through the whole song. You're going to go to line 2, and you're going to play box 1. At the end of box 1, you have a repeat sign, which means you go back to the beginning of the Allegro, because that's where the other repeat sign is for the internal repeat. So you go back to the Allegro and you play through, but this time when you go to the second line, you're going to skip over box 1 and play box 2 for the second time we play the song. Be careful, this song has a lot of afterbeats. Let's walk through it. So now we're doing it at a faster tempo. We are in 2, so we're counting to 2 for every measure. We have rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and then the next measure, rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and. Keep going. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and keep going. Rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and we're on the next line. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and go on. Rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and box number 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we have our repeat sign. So we're going to go back to the Allegro, and we're going to play this again, but this time we're going to skip to box number 2. So let's do the song again. We have rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and go on. Rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and we're now on the next line. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and go on. Rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and do it again. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and now skip over to box number 2, because this is the second time we're playing the song. We have 1, 2, 1, rest. Let's play through that whole Allegro section on the snare drum. So remember, we're playing the notes on top, and this is a little faster, and it is forte, so it's loud. So you're going to move your sticks a little bit higher up to get a louder sound. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, line. Rest on 1, rest on 2, rest on 1, rest on 2, rest on 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, rest on 1, and rest on 2, and on box number 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're repeating back to the beginning of the Allegro. Here we go. Rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and rest on 2, and rest on 1, and 2, and 1, 2, rest, and rest, and rest, and 2, and 1, and 2, and next line, 1, and rest, and rest, and rest, rest, and 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, rest. Great job. So now we're going to play through the entire song starting at the beginning, number 5. When we're playing this, I want to hear a difference between your stately, your maestoso. So I want that to be strong and confident. But then when we get to the Andante, you're going to slow it down. And remember, we switch from 4, counting to 4 in the maestoso. We're counting to 3 in the Andante. And then when you're done that line, we pick it up to a medium fast, a faster tempo, an Allegro, and it's also going to be forte. So let's try this whole entire song. Here we go. Starting from the beginning, we have 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, rest. Next line. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Now we're on the Andante, next line, so it's slower. 1, 2, 3, rest again. 1, 2, 3, go on, rest on 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're counting to 3 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Rest on 1, 2, 3 again. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Go on, rest on 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll count the rests. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Now we're at the next line, the Allegro, so it's going to be loud and also faster. We're counting to 2 this time. So we have rest and rest and rest and rest and rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and rest and rest and rest and rest and rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and next line, rest and rest and rest and rest and rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and rest and rest and rest and rest and box number 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now repeat back to the Allegro. Here we go. Rest and rest and rest and rest and rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and rest and rest and rest and rest and rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and next line. Rest and rest, rest and rest, rest and 2 and 1 and 2 and rest and rest and rest and rest and box number 2. 1, 2, 1, rest. Great job. Now, I want you to go back and I want you to play it again. But this time, you're going to play the same part while I play the bass drum part. Try not to get confused. The bass drum pretty much keeps the beat every time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. Again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Great job. I can't wait to hear your recordings.